protesters appear to be throwing fireworks at Denver police, and that there also appears to be some action from the police as well.
Yeah, Steve, so I want to show you where we are right now. We're at Delaware and 13th right now. Right now you can see there is a line of protesters right now, and they are throwing what looks to be fireworks behind the wall around DPD headquarters, and the fireworks are exploding right where the police officers are standing. A couple minutes ago, we also saw that police officers were firing what looked to be pepper balls. I definitely felt some sort of irritant in the air, and there was smoke in the air. Police also threw out some sort of canister into the crowd, and the protesters threw it back behind the police line. Now again, protesters are throwing fireworks behind the police, the barricade the police have set up in front of their headquarters. And the fireworks are exploding where the riot police are. You can see it right there. And it is exploding everywhere. And there's some sort of canister that is emitting smoke. And you can see right there, if Austin wants to push, my photographer Austin will, whoa, right there. Okay, we're gonna move back just a little bit, Austin. And there, as you can see, is fireworks and smoke everywhere. Police officers, like I said before, have fired at least some what look to be pepper balls. Protesters are now taking the canisters the police have thrown and throwing them back at the police officers. This is obviously, Steve and Jenny, a very tense scene right now, and this protest just started maybe an hour ago, and there's not that many people here, probably only 50, 75 protesters right now. You can see them throwing canisters, rocks, fireworks, smoke, what look to be smoke grenades. There looks to be a fire that we can see right now going on right at the front of DPD headquarters. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but there's definitely something that is on fire right there. Steve and Jenny, whoa! Okay, a lot of fireworks going on as well. And now we can see multiple flames, multiple fires that are right in front of the police line. It is very loud out here as the protesters are marching down Welton. We're just in the 5 Points area, and now we're marching back towards the downtown area. It has been extremely peaceful so far this evening. We have also seen almost no police officers. We do see police officers on the side streets controlling traffic to make sure that no car comes through and injures any of the protesters, but there have been almost no police officers on the protest route that the protesters have interacted with. Now, what you're seeing right now marching through the streets is not what this protest has been for the majority of the day. I want to show you some video of what it was like earlier. We saw a lot of people taking a knee and celebrating the life of George Floyd and saying that they don't need violence to protest whatever happened. They took a knee with one hand raised, one fist raised, and there were a lot of people who wanted to say to us that whatever happens tonight, if there is violence for another night, that isn't necessarily what this entire protest is about. They don't want their message to be drowned out.
You're tarnishing a powerful movement right now, and it's not allowing our word to be heard. You know, the people that would listen are now upset because people's personal property is being damaged, you know, and that's not what this is about.
Oh, I'll be here tomorrow. I plan on being here pretty much every day until we see some change. If it's not protesting out on the streets, it'll be protesting in my own way.
Like, we still saying Black Lives Matter for the past decade, you feel me? And nothing has changed. People are still dying.
And it is, again, very important to point out that this protest has been completely peaceful. There have been no interactions with the police that we have seen so far. We, again, really haven't even seen police officers along this line. It's just been protesters, a lot of them with their hands out, hands up, saying, hands up, don't shoot. Also a lot of signs, of course, remembering George Floyd. But we'll be out here. We're walking now back towards downtown from the 5 Point area, and we will be out here with them as they continue throughout the evening. Kyle?
Mark, from the looks of things, more signs with messages, fewer shields than we saw on Saturday night.
Yes, a lot fewer shields, at least so far tonight, but a lot of signs and a lot of peaceful protest, a lot of chanting, and a lot of people who really want to avoid any violence tonight and say, you know, our message is just to protest this peacefully. Yeah, Jenny, as you can see right behind me, there's a line of police dressed in riot gear. And over the last 20 to 30 minutes or so, they have come and pushed forward everybody who was in the park. People had been protesting for the last several hours, all day long. They said that somebody threw something at the police officers, which is what caused them to move forward. Now, we have seen the use of pepper spray several times today. You can hear still behind me that they are saying that it's an unlawful assembly right now, and they are pushing everybody, asking them to go into the parking lot. Again, we have seen the use of pepper spray multiple times today, including a TV crew that got drenched with pepper spray. It looks like they took a direct hit from that. Hopefully they're okay. They've also used batons several times to push everybody out. I guess police are justifying this by saying that somebody threw something at them. They have also been throughout the day saying that it is an unlawful gathering. They deemed the protest an unlawful gathering and told people to move out. Now, however, I do want to push you with my photographer Austin here. There is another scene that's going on kind of in the parking lot right here. When everything was moving forward, then the police officers were pushing the protesters out of the park. A violin vigil was about to start. It was right around 8:30. I saw several families showing up with little kids carrying violins, and then the riot police obviously pushed everybody out. But right here in the parking lot in front of me here, there was a violinist who began playing the violin on top of a car, and he literally stopped the riot police from moving any more people forward out of the park, at least for the time being. So, Steve and Jenny, it's truly a almost surreal scene out here right now in Aurora. And it's been a day-long protest that has been extremely peaceful up until the last half hour or so. Now back out here live, you can see that the rain is continuing to come down. People are now using their the umbrellas that they brought for shields. They're now using them for actual umbrellas. It is, of course, worth noting that we have not heard that any federal forces have been sent to Denver or are going to be sent to Denver. Now, this entire protest started in response to the federal police officers going to cities like Portland, and they are protesting those federal officers being in those cities. Again, guys, a lot of rain, but still the protesters are outside and continuing to go strong. Guys.
Many prepared for confrontation, but none yet.
That tree that was burning was right outside the courthouse, and there was you can see right now that there's somebody armed with what looks to be a metal pole just walking right there. So we're going to move back a little bit more, as you can see him throw it down. And we're going to continue to walk back and move a little bit farther back. It's important to note that nearly everybody here is dressed in black, and a lot of people have helmets on, and a lot of people have shields. At the very beginning, when people started gathering, we saw a van pull up, and they distributed homemade shields to everybody. And they're continuing to walk around with those shields as well as helmets, and everybody is dressed in black. So, Steve, that's kind of the scene out here right now. And we're going to toss it back to you as we move away from somebody who's coming towards us.
Yeah. Marc Sallinger, get out of there.